made some good progress. So last we were looking, we had some problems with our input, and there was a bug. So I've been working on like multitasking stuff. It's real slow now, but we can potentially fix that at some other point. So I had some issues with the multitasking stuff that I set up, and I've got videos on the process that I went to. So what I did, I think, the last video I was looking at this broken commit, and then I did a couple of things. So we're trying to just like get the terminal working, and then I added a bunch of functions to our GDB. So if we go debug here, we can potentially even see, we can do stuff like that. So maybe if we do that, maybe full screen that and do that hotkey. That one, no. Oh no, that was it. Yeah. So if we go here, so we're starting up, and so we can do stuff like this, and like see what our standard out object looks like, and we can do lots of stuff. It's not working properly, but that is current thread info. Yeah, so we can see this is our current thread, so it's PID2, and it's got like all these file descriptors, and it like tells us information about it, and so like these could be used to kind of work out how things are all working, and there's more stuff I could do, like pop into the term iOS and see how that's going. So how I did that was in the GDB, GDB function. So I've kind of we had a debug.gdb in it, and in here we functions. We just source this file, GDB functions, and I've done it in such a way that we've got this reload command. So I could theoretically change some of these functions or add more. So if I'm like in the middle of a big debugging function, and I don't want to like kill GDB, which will kill the operating system, then I can add more stuff to this. But yeah, so that's kind of a cool debugging thing. And once I did the debugging thing, I could basically see where the problem was a lot easier. And if we look at this one. So we added this function. Then we found a bug. Well, I found the bug and I fixed it. And had some more stuff. But yeah, if we like git show dot hit off by 1 on the keyboard, and like 2 up. Yeah, so this is the bug that I fixed. It's assembly, so you can't like easily see what it is. But the gist is that I was trying to copy a file descriptor to another file descriptor. So this is the dupe2. So if we like man dupe2 and see what it's meant to do, it's meant to duplicate a file descriptor. So it takes a old file descriptor and a new file descriptor. And the reason why that's kind of useful, if we look at dupe2, so we do stuff like we create a pipe, which is going to be used in the fork process to basically communicate between the parent and the child. And the dupe2 basically will send whatever the pipe is either to standard out or standard in, and there's another one for standard out. And it basically overwrites what the standard out or standard in is, so you get to a point where you can kind of have input and do that. There was a noise there, sorry. it's annoying. I hide notifications when the videos are on, but my work uses Slack, and the Slack sends notifications with a notification and a noise, and that was the noise you were hearing. Someone was messaging me, I don't know who, but it was after work time, so that's alright. So how we basically what it was actually overflowing. So it was copying into the new file descriptor from the end of the file descriptor's array, so to speak. I mean, this isn't what the code actually looks like, but it's pseudo code, I guess. But now we have done it, and now it runs perfectly fine. So that's kind of the status of where I'm up to, and today I kind of want to look at maybe working on a window manager. Window manager, but could be cool. So I've actually made a quick start at this window. Yeah, so I've just kind of done the boilerplate. This isn't even compiled in yet, but here's some of the stuff that I want to do. So basically I want, at the moment in Linux I'm using i3, and it's got some hotkeys of, if we get out of full screen, how can we not do that? We can do something like that. So yeah, if we do that again, basically I can create a new terminal and switch between them, and I can even do something like that, yeah, and kind of go up, down, left, right. So it's a tiling window manager, and I kind of want to replicate something like that, but also have something more like the how do I do it? There's another hotkey. I don't often do it, but there's a i3 floating. Message floating enable, and it will basically make this a floating window that streaming makes this lag a bit, that I can like kind of drag around. In effect, I've got a floating window down here where my picture is, just to know where it is, so I know like that's now overlapping my webcam. Hello. So yeah, I basically want to have a way that my window manager can accept key bindings on a like very global level. Basically, the PS2 driver will, or potentially another keyboard driver in the future, the keyboard driver will get the input, it will send it to the window manager. Well, the window manager will read it, and from there, the window manager can decide whether it's a hotkey that it can use, or if it's not, it can just send it on to the active screen. So you see here, if we get into this state, if I type in stuff in this window, it types it on the left side, the right side, sorry. But if I type stuff on this side, so it's kind of got the notion of active window versus a non-active window, and you can kind of see that with it's like grey or blue depending on if it's active, and you see similar stuff in other window managers, like what you see in Windows or Mac, or on Linux with GNOME or KDE, whatever they're called these days, GNOME Shell I think. I use it occasionally, but I kind of want to make a thing. The next thing I want to do is also have like I call it decoration, or I think it's also called compositing, which is like just for window managers, but it's basically drawing like a title bar or a border. You can't really see that there is a border, but there is like a very tiny, I think it's like 1-2 pixels in my setup, and basically I want to added that. It won't look anywhere near as good as this because I can only really work with ASCII text at the moment. Well, not really ASCII, but like I can only really work in the first like 255 bytes. In fact, I think I've got a test for it. So if we run this, we can test chart map. What were my hotkeys? Term move 0 0. Term resize 4060. Term resize. That should have worked. 60/40. Maybe I had it round the wrong way. No. That does it. Right. Let's. Sorry, it's been so long that I've kind of forgotten how it all works. That sounds good. I'll kind of just do that, and so we've got a full window. And so now if we go test chart, we don't have tab compilation. I've got bugs. So we basically got access to all of these keys. So you can see we've got like corners, we've got lines, we've got like heavy things, and like this is the sort of style that I'm going to be making, and it's going to be a style that's real similar to like what you saw back in like the DOS days, if you were around back then, where it's very in your face, like this might be a scroll bar, this big white thing, and it will just be on the edge there, and then like we'll have some corners, we might have double corners, who knows. So yeah, I kind of want to do that decoration or compositing type stuff. I also want it to have, so if we floating enable and maybe make another floating. So here we have two windows and there's some overlap. And if we, how do we test this? Well, we can just do like yes, and theoretically this is printing to the other thing. In fact, like a better test would be to basically it was writing in the background, but it wasn't redrawing like this kind of section where it was hidden by this thing. So it's not like kind of, it's overlapping and it's not drawing, it's drawing what you would expect. So that's kind of what I want to get to. The way I'll probably do that is with like a Z buffer, I think people call it. So we'll have like several windows, and the one furthest back, I think it's also called like the painter's algorithm. The one furthest back will get painted first, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one. And so in reality, the frontest window, the window at the front, will like overwrite the windows behind it if they're overlapping, and if they're not, then will just draw its own window normally. And there's things to make more efficient there that you don't need to redraw the whole thing. Probably won't get into that with the first iteration of this window manager, but it's something to keep in mind on how to make it more efficient. So yeah, from there I want to have these hotkeys, and to switch to open new windows, I'll probably have like a alt tab like thing, because so like an i3 i3 message floating enable. From here there's like not really a hotkey to kind of switch between these two windows. I can do it with the mouse. There potentially is, but like if I do my normal hotkeys, it's kind of yeah, alright, I lie, but I don't think there's a way for me to, I don't think there's a way to get back to this window, and then when I'm on this window, it's now focused. I don't think there's a way, when I, that's fascinating. So when I went right from here, it went to like another monitor that you can't see. Can't go left, can't go down, can't go up. But when I'm on this, left and right kind of cycles through it, kind of like an Alt tab or a Control tab type setup. So I want to be able to kind of cope with both. The benefit of stuck on that window. The benefit of the tiling window manager is doesn't have overlap. The setup I have here, it's I call it the full screen, but it's basically stacking. No, not stacking. i3 calls it something. I can probably work it out if I look at the configs, but normally i3 will kind of go like this, and it'll just open Windows forever, and kind of do it in whatever orientation, either vertical or horizontal. There's plenty of videos on how i3 works. Man, this runs slow when I'm filming. Cool, and as part of all that, that term command that I use to resize and move, that should support all this, similar to how i3 has like an i3 message to basically do all these hotkeys that I'm doing. I can do it all through i3 message as well. The key thing, which is probably the thing that I'll be working on today, is getting it's currently working. I'll probably work on this indirectly. I'll work on a way to create a new window, and probably switch the focus between, say, two windows, and then have it so the standard input kind of goes to the right place. So if we look at, I think kernel, so in here I have commented out a thing. So here, if we also comment this back out, so now if we run this, there are, in fact, if I work out my hotkeys, so I am shifting one window up, and you'll see that it did some weird glitchy stuff, like it was overriding, because sometimes it was sometimes the window, sometimes the standard in was going to one window, sometimes it was going to the other, and the reason for that is both the windows are reading from the PS2 getC, where what should be happening is the windows are reading from a window manager getC or something, which will either do nothing, or it will either not return anything if you're not the active window, or it will return whatever the standard input is. So, how do we go about this? I guess, so I've kind of got a terminal here, so if we, maybe, I think, I can actually have that going at one point. So if we run this, one will do that's not great. It will do a panic because it doesn't know what to do. But I'll basically want it so the terminal can run whatever you do, and I think, there's that kind of thing. Weird. If I run that, manually it screws up the color. So we can, so I use RxPT as my terminal emulator, and that's kind of the term type notion here. So going away from the window, but I want a window to be able to run anything. So like I want to open Chromium, Firefox. They won't exist on my operating system in a while, but I might want to do like a calculator. Have never used this before, but it's one of the apps that I kind of want to build, as well as having a shell. So as well as having a shell, I can have a calculator and potentially have a application browser. So I could maybe even like select an application to run and it will open a new window, kind of like a Windows type file explorer type thing. Yeah, something like that. So I haven't really thought how it's all going to gel together from here, but what I might go to is, don't have it open anymore, is maybe just start writing some stuff. Leave Rex, do that, and might not. So yeah, I think I want to do stuff like this and maybe do new init and let's just get some, do that and change new to init, and maybe switch buildings new, and then change this to free. New to free. So this is kind of what we want to do. We'll also need to have some kind of structure. Goodness, I pushed a thing and did something. So if we look at, say, term, it has a term struct. Yeah, so it kind of includes this, and we look at term struct. It's basically got a structure for everything in the terminal that we've run, and some stuff to kind of deal with it. What I think I want to do is actually struct. I called it window, I think. Struct. I think that's what we call it. And maybe if we put that there, window. And maybe change this from term to window and do G and actually put this there. Cool. So that's kind of the start of that. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that for now. And I think I want to move from source window to source lib. And then source lib window.asm and source lib window struct. So let's open that. And let's also open up the term. I said we didn't need to, but I kind of just want to get this. And if we go to that, do all that. So this is kind of shaping up. It's quite a shell at the moment, but now, like, yeah, I don't have like the best way to do it. I think I'll just add it to that. It's been a while since I've done it. But yeah, what we can do is in source kernel, we can probably go extern window new, and say up here we can, what's this all doing? So that's setting up. Yeah, we'll want to do it there, and yeah, I guess like yeah, we won't be doing fork in the kernel, I we'll basically call the window manager, and the window manager will just be it, and the window manager will do whatever things it does, and basically all of this code, that code will probably get moved or shifted kind of into window manager. But yeah, if we go window new, this will just be a good test of making sure that it kind of opens. Yes, and so this is just a window notion at the moment. So part of making the window manager is we need to kind of pull out two concepts: have a window manager and a window object. And so we'll go from basically we'll have a window manager, and then below that we'll have a bunch of windows, and inside of those windows we might have term, or we might have calc, something like that. And the window manager, it might even have a background, who knows, but yeah. So to start with, we'll work on the window, that did something there, that was right. We've just started recording a macro, that's alright. So if we run this, it doesn't know about that file. Cool, that's interesting, because I thought I had it, I've called it struct. Right, so if we move this file to source lib, there's probably a way to, goodness, I don't often do this sort of stuff in that, and then if we do that, lib windows. So now if we do this, I mean, it's kind of good that it complained. Right, it doesn't know window new, so that means that it hasn't actually I've just called all of these win, so I think, do I want to call it win? Yeah, I think I do. I think I don't, so I think I want to replace win underscore window underscore, maybe compilation, yeah, that's the one. Yep. Probably didn't need to do that, but that's alright. And now if we do it runs, it did something weird there. I just want to, yeah, I think that's because we've got the two terminals going at the moment, so that's alright. So if we look at what our term new does, this is potentially kind of what we want to do for a window new. Maybe, no. So this term new, it calls the term, well, it basically makes the structure, we'll go through it, it makes the structure, and it initializes that structure, so the term minute will set up all the width and height and whatnot. This is a bit hacky, and then it kind of sets up some file streams so it can deal with standard in and standard out. And so that's basically what all this is, and then it forks, and the reason why it forks is because the parent is going to, like, it's probably like not the most efficient thing, but basically the parent reads in data and then passes it to the child, and the reason why it does that is because the terminal itself might want to have some hotkeys. So I've kind of structured it in a way that you're passing the input down through all of the stages through strings, and I do that with, well, in fact, if we go right yeah, so this process input is kind of doing it. So we basically read the key, we see if this terminal wants to handle whatever input, and if we do, then we go back to the loop, and if we don't, we just write the key back to the standard out, which will then get picked up by a child. So if I go up to child here, yeah, so the parent is doing this term process input, and that's like shouldn't ever return, I think. Well, it should only return if the stream dies, I guess, which also shouldn't really happen. And if we're in the child, what we do is we call whatever function we started this terminal with. So that was the shell main, I think I'm doing, but I could also do get test or whatever, or calc or something like that. And that is all term new does. And you see term init kind of sets up all these things in the term structure, like all of that, and like a lot of this code from the term will probably end up becoming part of the window structure, which is why I kind of just copied it. But yeah, if we go back to the window, have a think about what we want. So I think we do still want this notion of the window is running some other process. So it needs to, well, yes, I think we do, because on each, yeah, I'm not sure we do actually. So I'm thinking, like, we want to have hotkeys to like close a window or something like that, but I think that can be dealt with on the window manager side of things. So the window itself probably doesn't actually need to, yeah, so I think it'll fix itself. Yeah, I think we want to do something like this, maybe test EAX, and jump C, error, I guess. Did we have like an error in this? Yeah, our error is just to panic, that's alright. Called window init. Yeah, so I think yeah, we're gonna return the structure. So I think I want to how do I want to do this? I think maybe move EBX from EAX and push EBX because we need to do that, and pop EBX. So we want to call init on whatever it is, and then just jump to return. But before we do that, we probably want to move EAX from EAX as our return code. So this is not right. That will be something like void, and it will take a struct window. Call that, I guess, and window, yep. Yes, I believe, yeah, we did call it struct. Cool. No, not there, not there. Oh, gosh. Window, we want that one. Cool. So in window init, we'll have I think that's the way to do it. Just check how other things did it. Yeah, that is how we do it. And this here will also be a void, and E first just because it is easier, I guess. So we'll move EX from window, and then we'll pre EX and boom, that's done. Easy peasy. This we need to initialize the window structure. Maybe throw a to-do in there. So that is kind of what we will do. Yes. How long have I talked for? That's alright. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I guess like window new should really know about the window manager. So I think because once we create this window object, it needs to be kind of attached to the window manager, otherwise how will the window manager be able to manage? That's its one job, and it needs to do it. So I think what I want to do is create another lib window manager.psn, and I think I will just read in this, and I think here we will actually no, we'll do that, and we will delete this file. We didn't have it. We'll not call it that. We'll call it winman.asn, and now we'll do that, and we'll replace window with winman and do that everywhere. And so we'll probably also need a winman struct without a thing, and here we'll also just read in source lib window struct, and we'll do this. We'll do that and maybe confirm, just to make sure. Yeah, cool. And we'll also need to get in our build. Yeah, and we'll also need to include our winman. So we're basically adding a few things. Yes. Maybe if we go to kernel, so the kernel will actually be doing winman new, I guess. So yeah, I think like I wanted to start with the window and then work my way up to the window manager, but I think I actually have to kind of approach it from both directions and get a manager that can create a window for us. So if we go to this one, yes. So here in this new, we will need to do have it to do and set up streams, set up file streams, winman will fork, parent will read input, process hotkey, and send to active window. So that is kind of what that will do. so it's getting that active window. So I guess maybe if we look at our WinMan string, so I think window manager doesn't really need any of that, but I might just keep it until I write this one. Active window. So this is going to be a like pointer to that. And do I need any of this? I don't think I do. Pointer to active window, and it probably also needs a Windows DB, and this is pointer to list of windows. I can't remember if I've made like a list type thing that will like kind of auto grow. We might just end up having an array that we reallocate every once in a while, but it could be a good excuse to do that. What else would a window manager need to kind of have in its like definition of what it is? That might be it. So if we go to WinMan back here, yeah, so they'll do that. So I think here we'll need to push X. We'll move to EBX from WinMan, and now we can do stuff like WinMan dot active window, and we have just null there, and this Windows we kind of want to size of window times like a big amount. Maybe we'll have support for 10 windows, and do that. So that might be all we need to do for now. Can we run that? No, we can't, because we need to include slash malloc is an std lib dot. Gosh, we can just write that again. What even is malloc? It is an std lib. It's annoying that what it's doing. It's kind of like, yeah, because like I just want to do that. So that's in window, cool. Window. So in window we also need to includes slash stdlib. Don't have panic. Do we define panic somewhere? I think we just do extern panic. Get rid of panic. How do we do it? That's all that. Yeah, so yeah, we just have kind of extern to do that. Yeah, like a little way. Should I just do that? Oh, no, now I guess. Do that again. Doesn't know about arg1. How do we get arg1? I think that is kernel. here we need in our man struct, we also need to know windows. Like it doesn't. My issue is like I'm going like colon then up, and that normally just runs the last. It pulls up like the history in your vim, but for some reason sometimes it shows the last command that I ran, this run by exception. Sometimes it like has this like rm dot yeah, like I think if I like control C then it does something. Right, so it doesn't know when menu. That's cool. That wasn't a kernel, I guess. So do that. See, like that. It's pulled up. That is my last run command, but that's not what I want, and that's also not what I want. But that's what I want, and then I just want it to remember that forever. Cool. So that is kind of running fine. Cool. So, WinMan. So we have this WinMan, but we haven't set up these file streams, and we've got no way of like making a new window. So I guess like when we create a window manager, we need to store it somewhere, I guess. Like with the term one, we had this hack term pointer, and I'm wondering whether I'll do this temporarily for the window manager, just so we know what is the current window manager, because we need to know that for like commands like when we write a command for the window manager, it needs to know how to create the window. But I think we can potentially leave it for now, because we can do it with just hotkeys to start with. But yeah. Yes. Yeah, I think we don't need that for now, but what I might do while I'm in here is copy all, not that much. How much do I want to copy? So I want to create the file stream. I'll need to change the term put C to term put C. And that's like EDI. I just want to work out. Right, where is EDI? I suppose the comments. EDI is the standard out of the term. Yeah, that's right, because yes. So, yeah, a window manager won't really have a standard out, so we won't want this. That's basically just setting up the standard out, kind of, but what we will want is this pipe. This we probably don't need. In fact, like it would be better suited for like up here rather than there. It's just how it is. What are we doing here? We're getting EX. Oh, right, because we need that term OS object somewhere. Yeah, here. Because here we have so right, so we're getting the file stream of the pipe. Yep, so that is going to be, yeah, so that's kind of linking up the term OS objects, and the term OS is the thing that kind of buffers the input and yeah, makes it either raw or not. Interesting one there. And so we just put that term OS object on both. So do we need this actually? Because yeah, the term OS new takes the like echo stream. So I think here we'll want this. So if we go to WinMan, so I think we will want that. Might not be the same thing, but that's right. So we'll do that, and we do want this, and this ECX is just the result of that. And I think we want that, and I think we want that. Yep. And I think we want all of that stuff. WinMan. And instead of EDI, we want std out. Let's have a look at what's happening. Right, so that's the malloc for that. We give that to that, then we call the pipe, then we term OS on the standard out, and then we set up all that pipe stuff. Then we fork, we check everything. Right, so here EDI we don't really care about because it doesn't exist. And while we're doing this, we should do that and pop SI. And here we want this to be WinMan process input, and have our child. I think this WinMan new shouldn't actually return anything because it doesn't really make sense for something else to be managing it. Or does it? I think it doesn't, but it might. Right, so we go to child, and what does the child do? I had saved. So the child does some stuff. We don't need a fork. Forking required. Where do we fork? Alright, get rid of fork. I think we don't actually need to do this pipe because we want to do a pipe per window, like once we set up a window. So what I might do is actually have that fork back in. I think I want to just need the I guess we could fork and the child deals with everything. I don't know. But I think what I want to do is win-man new window, and that can have an enter 0, 0, leave reps, and in here we can do that, and I think we'll need those to put there, and we'll need a child buff term, that's right, buff term. So that's kind of just copy paste from that. We're recording a macro, we don't need to. So this, like, we'll just need to fix at some point. So basically the gist with making a new window is we'll make a window object and we'll set that to be the active window. So maybe I'll write a comment myself to do this. Following. So we need to create a window. We need to set new window as active, maybe. Because I guess like if you're creating a new window with whatever hotkey, you'll want that new window to be active, which will unset the old active window. That makes sense to me. And what else would we need to do? I think, yeah, I think like, yeah, this is not right. So maybe add in a bunch of spaces to do the parent should just return. Should just return. The child should create the window object. The child. Yeah. Because we're doing similar to what was in the term new, where we're like processing input, but the input processing will be done by the window manager, not in this function. So the child should create the window object, and the child should set up the file descriptors for the window. So we need to have some way to store kind of the file descriptors, which will probably be on the window, I think. The file descriptors will probably be in window struct. Yeah, I think that's that. So up in here. So yeah, WinMem won't actually fork. It won't do any piping. Won't do think it will just do that. Yeah, it'll just do that. So we'll do some processing of the input, and this should be unreachable, so no, I guess. And that sets up that, and that sets up that, and man new window. So when man process input enter 0 0 so if we go back here, term process input, yeah, so just get that whole thing. And this, yeah, we'll get all of this. Gosh, we don't need all of that though. And we'll go to buffer when man, and we'll place term with when man, and we'll get that term, and when man when man, so we'll do that, we'll select that, we'll do that, and here instead of term handle input, we'll when man that to do this needs to get the active window and the programmed file stream. And maybe not a bunch of spaces, so no. And maybe the same thing there, maybe do that, and maybe we'll get that, and when man there, when man there. When man there. I don't know what that is. Yeah, so all of this, like, I think we can just kind of ignore it. Oh yeah. Any options? So we can get rid of that, and we can get rid of all these. Yeah, we can get rid of that. So I think I'll give a quick check to see if it runs, and it doesn't, because we don't know that. It's instead, I think. Instead. Doesn't know that. We can find that out. TC get data and term iOS. We've done that again. Done my read key. Tools run. Yep. Doesn't know standard out. It should know standard out. Oh no, we would need this to be below that. Start function. That does not exist. To do that's what I think it should be doing. Because this is like only a new window, yeah. Cool. I mean, it doesn't actually. In fact, it like breaks things. Should it break things? Source kernel. Yeah, so that does that. So I think what I might do here is just commit this out. Won't do that. This might split that, and in fact, no, I won't do that. I won't do that, and I won't do that, and I won't do that, but I will do that. That is just kind of clean up stuff. Oh yeah, that was bug I found. I might do that in a bit. I might do that in a bit. I might do that in a bit. And that in a bit. Yeah, and I'll do that in a bit. I guess I'll do that. Oh, and I did that before. What did I just add? Yeah, so this setup SDIO, we just remove that. So maybe do that and term. I think that's how I did things. Get log. Forgotten how I did things. Yeah, I did it like that. Lib and term and remove dead code. And maybe if we do this again, so I might group that. I might do that as a commit. It shouldn't, because it was just working before. Tools element. Alright, we'll fix that. Winman. So 266, and ESI it reckons was changed. ESI doesn't look like it was. Push ESI. It's weird that it didn't complain about that before. GC, right, more stuff. Right, EDI isn't done. Yeah, it's weird that this didn't complain before. Right, EDI is undefined. I think I just want to do that. Cool. Kernel. Remove now there was another thing, so I'll leave that and leave that. This shell thing was uncommitted stuff. Basically, when you run two shells, the built-ins kind of overflow. So that should fix that. So if we go to utils and shell fix overflow on multiple shells, That one, because we're not calling it, so we'll do that. Won't do that just yet. And if we look at our status, we should have a couple of new files. So if we go source, all of those, and lib at start of window manager, and I might also do this. I recently upgraded my my Ubuntu to Jammy, and it broke some things. i3 has changed from you need to have an output weirdly, but yeah, so now we have that. So if we get that up and tools, fix issues with chord script after i3 upgrade. And that's basically just to set up everything, like hide all my other windows that I'm working on. So what do we have left that I haven't committed? Just kind of that stuff. What do I have in my status? Not much. Cool. So I think that is that, and we'll just check that we can still run it and it's in a usable status. It's not actually in a usable status. What I might do is if we get RP, I won't do that. I'll split that. I won't do that. But I will get rid of that, I think. So it's running the two terminals at the same time. And now I can see, yep, there's then a knowing working state. And I'll see if skid test does work when it's just by itself. No idea if those numbers are right. I'll have to look it up, I guess. So yeah, we're in a working state, and we don't have anything there, and do that. So what I might do is push that. I'll need to do so I'll push that, and I think that is a good place to leave this video. Trying to get back into more development of this now that I've fixed that bug that was bugging me for a couple of months. So yeah, I think I'm looking forward to building this window manager. It's not really there yet, but it will be at some point in the future. But that's all for now. So thank you for watching. If you would like, leave me a comment or let me know in some other way if you enjoyed this. And yeah, have a good day, afternoon, evening, wherever you are.